Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me or it's your first time watching me, my name is Keisha Sumaktarex. Or you can call me by initials KST. And I will be filming a video today of answering all the questions that I was asked on Instagram. So if you also want to be part of another Q&A, you can just follow the link in the description to get the link to my Instagram so that you can be able to participate in asking me questions, getting to know me better, and all of those things. So yeah, I am very sorry for the long prevailed video, guys. I haven't done a long lengthy video for a very long time. I've mostly been posting shorts on my shorts. But if you're not watching my shorts, what are you doing? Watch my shorts. My shorts are basically challenges that I can do that I actually can post on YouTube and they will be copyrighted. I think I tried to post another video, I think this week, because I was doing a streak of posting every day this week on shorts. And then I saw that it got copyrighted and many of them got copyrighted and they were blocked. So but if you want to watch all of those videos that I wanted to post that were suddenly blocked, there is also my TikTok channel right in the description. And there, if you follow there, that's when you see more of me. I mostly post there every day. TikTok, I post every day, and you get to see me do challenges, do dances. I've seen people want to learn how to dance. Thursday there, so you guys can also go and watch those videos on there. I think that's it. Introduction. But today's introduction is to my Q&A for you guys to get to know me that I sent a link. So these questions are asked anonymously, so I do not know who asked this question, whoever sent this message. So this would be my real raw reaction of me reacting to them and not knowing who they are. So let's get right into it. I have the question right here. The very first one is not a question, but I think it's a confession. Okay. It says my friend has had a crush on me for the longest time. Aww, that's amazing to know. I am really flattered to know that your friend has had a crush on me for a very long time. And I can see that maybe you're being a really good friend by being their wingman, or they're now girl best friends these days. Wing woman, never know. But they are now girl best friends these days. So yeah, doing a very good job. But I'm flattered. I'm here if you ever need me. I'm always here for you too. If you're watching this video, I'm also here for you too when you ever need me. One thing that I do for my friends in any other time is I'll always be there for you when you need me. When you're struggling, when you feel like life is throwing you down the trail, I will be there for you each and every moment, because no matter what, I'll always be there for the people who I call my friends, my best friends, and my closest friends. I'll always be there for you, no matter what. And then it says, why won't you notice me? I don't know who you are, first of all, because it was anonymous. But anywho, you're not making yourself noticed if you want to be noticed, okay? I'm that type of person whereby if you don't talk to me, I won't talk to you. So, I used to be that person whereby I used to be like, oh, she's not talking to me. Oh, he's not talking to me. What should I do? Let me try to call her. Let me try to message them and whatnot. When I went over the age of 19, I realized that maybe people just don't really care about me some of the times, and I shouldn't be just nagging people, and that's how I get the fake friends in my life, and that's how I get traumatized every time. So I will stop doing that. I'll stop doing that. But if you want to get yourself noticed, I'm always is here, I never blue tick anyone. I never green tick anyone. If I green tick you or blue tick you, that means you said something inappropriate, and that's when I will probably blue tick you or green tick you or not read your message or block you because you're being very rude. Next, I know you got options, but which options do you think I have? The thing is, I'm a girl with a very, okay, I have a lot of friends. Not a lot of friends is a bunch, but I have friends, and the gender of most of my friends is male, because I get along a lot with, in terms of like friendship and stuff. So I do have friends who I like a lot. So people may think that I do have options, but I just see them as friends. I don't have any. And I don't know what the bot is for. Do you want to get but no. It's still going to be like a thing where I'm like, I don't like my friend with boys turning into a relationship because number one, I'm a person who has always been friends with boys ever since I was like young, because when it came to women it was a different story, because okay, I've had a lot of fake friends in terms of the women's side, had too many collisions. That's for another day, another video, another whatnot to explain all of that. But I've had so much of my earlier days in my life whereby I had to struggle with friendships and whatnot. And then when I go to high school, I got to be friends with some women and then some guys. I think in high school it was just a few, but I would get along most of the time with them. Then, so yeah, I do have a boy best friend. Yes, if he's watching, hi. He knows himself that he's my boy best friend. But anyways, yes. But so, and I don't like them turning into like a relationship because it destroys a great friendship. Destroys a good friendship. Okay, yeah, a very good one, because I love having friends. I hate being alone too. Like, I am that person who's like sidelining like the people who don't care about me, the fake people in my life. But I'm also a person who doesn't like being alone all the time. It's affects me. I like having some people to talk to, and I'm glad that in university I got to talk to have friends from both genders, which is actually making me very happy now that I can actually talk to women. I have friends who are male, I have friends who are female, which is actually amazing, and I haven't had any problems with any one of them, which is actually amazing for me, which is an upgrade because for the first time in my life, I'm not having no drama. I'm not having no drama in my life. I'm just chill. That's a great stage in my life. And why do you act different around certain people? Well, I act different around certain people because I've got different emotions. I've got different characters against certain people. For example, if I'm an introvert when it comes to meeting new people or adults, and then I am an extrovert to people who I know and to people I'm close to. So that's basically it. So when it comes to me, like if I don't know you that well and you're not that close as like friends and stuff, I am not going to be like and I'm not going to be very open, because I still want to know who you are. I still want to know what to say and what not to say. I don't want to say anything that offends you. I don't want to say anything that I will regret at the end of the day, because anybody who knows I'm an overthinker, so anybody who experiences overthinking, you know that you'll go back home and then you'll start saying, oh my god, I did this, oh my god, I was so dumb, oh my god, I was so stupid, what did I do? You see, I don't like having those certain times with new people who I've just met. So some of the times that's why I would act different around certain people, because I have already wanted to like get where you are, what offends you, what doesn't, so that I make sure that we are on good terms. And I don't like living bad blood. I actually don't like bad blood between me and other people. I actually like having a good time even with new people. I actually like having a good conversation, create a good first impression, because I'm a very nice person. I believe so. I don't know, but I believe that I'm a very nice person, and I believe that I can become better. Okay, so the next question is, how many people are you talking to? And in terms of what? In terms of the other side, in terms of like relationships or like friends? Because if it's like friends, I've been talking to a lot of people. I've been talking to a lot of people because I talk to a lot of people because I have school, I'm in university, I talk to people when I read updates, I talk to people when I... So you need to be specific, baby, on what exactly you mean by talking to, because I need to know. But either way, I talk to many people because of school updates and friendships and outings and whatnot, because yeah. And then the next thing is, I think I have a crush on you. Okay. I'm flattered. I'm flattered that you have a crush on me, and you have the confidence to believe me, even though I don't know who you are, but okay. Cool. And then another one is another one that I just heard is saying, I'm here for you. And I'm like, oh, I'm also here for you too, don't worry, babe. I'm also here for you too. How are you feeling today? Today I feel a little bit better than other days. I think like yesterday was Thursday, today's Friday. And I'm filming this, we probably get this video thing on Saturday. On a Saturday evening at 12 midnight or Saturday at 12. Like at the parents' wedding. I'm done editing this video. But yesterday, Thursday, I'm so guys, I've never been so late. Like, what? I felt like my whole world was just crashing down on me, and I felt like I was having like this. Oh, and I was too at one with my thoughts. And since I've not been like going to the campus as much, I've been at home every day, and I feel like it's affecting me a lot because I'm getting too much time with, you know, being around me. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know if anyone can understand this, but I hope you can understand that being around, like being alone for a very long time is a very big problem. It's why people who are in isolation or in jail for like isolation and stuff cannot stay for long without having problems, because I feel like it's affecting me, because I am mostly in my walls in terms of like I'm mostly in the house, and I'm mostly like watching YouTube videos, working, doing my module stuff because I have classes at the same time. Either I'm working or doing that, so it's between the two. So I'm like, I feel like it's a little bit overwhelming for me not to have like people around me to like talk to and stuff. And I feel like I need to get better. I actually need to start maybe like, instead of me staying in the house like working, instead I should just go out to a coffee place and try to like stay there for a while to experience fresh air, to no longer see the walls of my house, because I feel like it's getting a little bit bad for me in a way. But yeah, I'm pushing through and we're going through it, because I did have this time. If you are not born during the COVID era, I'm sorry, but I was part of the people who were born who lived during the COVID era. And the COVID era was whereby we were all like isolated in our homes, and for which I was isolated, I think, at my house. and I would mostly stay in my room, and I would be staying with my mom and dad, and it was just three of us in that COVID era, and it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough, but I went through it. Saying that I'm going to go through this and come out better than ever, because I'm not gonna let anything go me down. And then the next is, what is your type, role? Okay, my type is a very great personality. Like, I like a person with a very, like, their personality has to be here. You can't even see it on the camera. The personality has to be like here, like fire. Like, if your looks are here, if you look good, if you're handsome and whatnot, if you look good, cool. But is your personality here? Because if you look good but your personality is down here, my God, that's not the guy for me. Because I don't like doing this. Like, personality for me is a big tops. Like, for me, I feel like when it comes to like that, it's like a 60-40. Okay? 40 is like for looks, money, whatnot. And then 60 is for personality. I love personality. So if you don't have a great personality that I can be compatible with, that I can enjoy, that I can love, that I can like, nah. So yeah. And this was a very long comment, but I think it's a comment. It says, the way you carry yourself is actually crazy. Like, you're confident but not cocky, and somehow you're friends with literally everyone but still mysterious. Okay, I really love this comment because this person calls me confident, and for which I don't really like considering myself as really confident, because there's some other instances where I'm really shy, where I'm like, yeah. There are some instances where I'm very shy, and there are some instances where I'm very confident about what I think, because it depends with what the topic is. Is it personal to me? Am I, yeah. So, but yeah, I can say in some instances, yes, I am confident, and then friends with literally everyone. I could say that in university, I'm kinda getting to be friends with almost everybody, but not everyone who I meet is becoming close friends with me. I think it's just a few people who I end up bringing into the close circle, because I am being very cautious about people who I bring into my close circle, because again, you don't want people who ruin your life in your close circle, okay? Having a smaller close circle is better than having a lot of friends who are going to be fake with you, and will probably damage your mental health, could damage your mental health, could damage your mental life, could damage your mental stability. And mental health is actually a very big thing, I feel like, in this generation. And I feel like all of us should always be aware of where our mental is, and be always attentive, because if we're not able to cure our mental health, sometimes it ends up airing out in our physical body, and then it ends up becoming a problem. Okay. And the next question is, who was the last girl you texted? I don't know what. Okay. The last girl who I texted was, let me check. One of my friends, I think in university. Yeah. One of my very close friends, actually, in university, my very close friend. I think we're talking during this week. Yeah, but she was the last person who I texted. Not gonna name her by name because respect her privacy. But yeah, that's the last person I texted. My very close friend. My very close friend. She's like my older sister in terms of like friendship, because she is really a great friend. And should I be honest with you on here? Yes, I am going to pass out a new link to people who want it. So if you want another link on Instagram for you guys to ask me questions, and you have newly joined my Instagram family, just put down in the comment section down below, and I'll put a new link so that you guys can be honest, ask your questions and whatnot, and I'll get to respond to them during this a YouTube video like this. And then do you hate anyone? I don't hate anybody in my life. Actually, I feel like when I was younger, of course you're young, you hate people. That's how it is. You're young, you're gonna hate some people. So yes, when I was young, I did hate some people. I'm not gonna name anybody, but yeah, I did hate some people. But as I grew up, I actually realized I didn't really hate those people. I actually realized that in terms of hating someone, it's like you don't like something that they are bringing out of you. Like, for example, I didn't like that when what that person did to me was making me put out so many weaknesses about myself. And I realized hating them brings a lot of weaknesses out of me and make me look vulnerable. Instead, I started not hating people. I started not disliking people. Instead, I actually just said, don't know. I actually ended up having this policy, I think later on in my high school years, of don't know, don't care. Whereby, if you do something to me, I'll be like, I don't know you and I don't care. Okay, whatever you did to me, I don't care. Period. Meaning I became that person who wasn't really affected by what people did to me. Then I felt like that made me better, and that made people think that maybe I was becoming too nice and all, because everything that people did to me, most of the time I was just like, I don't care, because I knew that some of them I would never meet them in my life. This is just probably a temporary situation, like in high school. The rest, I'm not gonna meet you guys ever again in my life. So I mostly was like not wanting to deal with so many things that weren't going to, that aren't like, important. Instead, I was dealing with situations that were important, that were making me. So I was mostly focusing on myself than I was focusing on what people did to me. So that's how I solved with that. And then, you always leave me on red. I don't leave anybody on red. Red. Yes. I never leave anybody on red. Okay. I always read people's messages and I reply. If you're left on red, that means you said something inappropriate, and I do not want to associate myself with that, and that's why I do not reply, because you said something inappropriate or something like that. And then the next thing is name all your exes. I can't name them. Reasons being, it's their privacy and all. I'm doing this for privacy, but in terms of like, I think there's another repeat question, and it's saying who is your ex, I think. But yeah, there's a lot of those things. But I don't have a lot of exes in terms of dating ones, because I never really dating wasn't really like a really big priority in my life. It wasn't something that I was always looking for in my life. In my life, ever since I was young, I never did really care about dating and whatnot. I mostly cared about myself. I cared about what I was watching. In terms of like when I was at boarding school, when I was going home, the most amazing thing that I would go home and wait for an update for was mostly wrestling, because I really love wrestling. I'm a wrestling girl. But yeah, other than me, I mostly cared about wrestling. I cared about music so much. Like, music was like my pride and joy when I was young. Even up until now, music is still my pride and joy. Music is still my first and number one pride and joy in my life. So music is always going to, I mostly cared about my music. I mostly cared also about my schoolwork. I cared about passing and going on. grades because my parents had put so much money into my sport and I didn't want to let them down. I didn't want to disappoint them. At the same time, I also wanted a career in my academic life. So, yes, I cared more about that than the dating life. That I never got to really have a long journey of people. So, in my life, I will not name them because that's a really long time ago. Probably don't even remember their surnames. I probably don't because it's rare for me to remember people's surnames. But yeah, it was a long time ago when I did date those people. I think the last year, it was a very long time. Two. And this one is Who Is Your Ex? I have already replied to that, so I have two. One when I was at 16 years old and the other one when I was 17. And then the last question is, you give me butterflies for real. Oh, I'm flattered. I'm glad that I bring butterflies to you, I guess. I'm flattered, and I really like this Q&A. I do not know if you got a lot out of me in this Q&A. I don't know. Most of them were mostly like there were the exes questions, and then there was the talking about questions, and then generally like the personality and stuff. But most of them it was like, yeah, but I'm glad to know that you guys really did have some really lengthy questions about me. But I would actually say that I'm the type of person whereby I'm just on this channel I am mostly going to post talkings like this, Q&As, or if there are topics. By the way, if you have topics that you would like my opinion on, you can also put them down in the description. I've learned so much in my life that I've got so many opinions on so many topics, so I'll bring them over so that I can make a video on them and what you would like to hear from me. And you can also tell me what else you'd like to see from this channel. But mostly what I've thought of was vlogs, videos like this, Q&As, topics, covers. I'll still be doing covers on music, on songs, depending on what copyright has to say that day. it depends on what copyright has to say that day. But either way, if copyright has to say something, that means I have to sing that song without the beat, meaning I have to sing it with my voice only. So yeah. So if you also have got like wanting to hear me sing some other songs or do covers on other songs, you can also put them down in the comments. And then there is also another thing that I've also have planned for this YouTube channel, but that is a little bit later when the YouTube channel grows, when it grows to be, better. So I think that one will be more of a surprise. That one will just come on a day and be like, yeah. So that one is a surprise for this YouTube video, but the rest, this is what this YouTube video is. This is what this YouTube channel is going to be all about. And I'm not going to be posting long, lengthy videos on this every day because I have work, but I promise that shorts are always on the shorts page. I always post a lot. So shorts, I always promise that I will post a lot more on shorts than I ever do. I think on videos, and I think this video got you guys to learn more about me more and to learn more about who I am, how I function, and whatnot. And don't think that if I hated you before in my life, I hate you now. I still hate you now. I don't hate anybody. I actually don't like having beef with anybody. I like having a great friendship with a lot of people. So yeah. And if you think that, and yeah. So I think that's all I have to say. Yeah, I'm a very big yapper. You know? I feel like I'm part of the yapping community because this video has gone on for 30 minutes. But yeah, thank you so much. So if you have reached to the end of this new video, I would like you to comment love, because on this channel we promote love, no matter if it's between your partner, no matter if it's between, but we promote love in terms of yourself. Love yourself, love your family, love your friends, and if you have a partner, love your partner. Please spread love. Love is the only true cure to a better world in this life, because if you love the next person, you wouldn't think of doing bad to them at all. So love yourself and love people around you as much as you would love yourself. Thank you. And then from all of this, comment love, and I will know that you are my true supporters and you watched this video up until the end if you comment love. And other than that, it has been your girl KS2, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So love, peace, and respect. Bye bye.